In this video we look at adding and subtracting algebraic fractions. If you're revising, pause the video and have a go at examples 1 to 4. Okay, with adding fractions, your technique, if it's numerical or algebraic, is the same in as much as you need to get a common denominator. So in this question we've got 4 and 3, a common denominator would be 12. With denominators, when we get a common denominator, because we multiply the denominator by 3, the numerator must be multiplied by the same number. So you'd have 3b. Here, when we got the common denominator, we multiplied the denominator by 4. 4 3s are 12. So we have to multiply the numerator by 4 as well, which gives us 4c. And if we bring that together as one fraction, you have your common denominator and you have 3b plus 4c. There's nothing we can do after that. 3b and the 4c are different terms, which cannot be simplified unless you knew the values of b and c. So that's the job done. Okay, number 2. Here we've got x and a 2y. So what is your common denominator now? Well, if you can't work it out because they're not numerical, just remember that to get a common denominator, we can always multiply the 4 and the 3 to get 12. So in this scenario, to get a common denominator, we can just multiply the x and the 2y to get 2xy. So 2xy is our common denominator. Now, how do we get from x to 2xy? We have to multiply by 2y. So if we multiply the 5 by 2y, that would end up with 10y. The second fraction, how do we get from 2y to 2xy? We have to multiply by x. So that would be 7 times x, or simply 7x. Now our denominator is the same. We can bring those two fractions together to get 10y plus 7x. Number 3. The common denominator here is a little bit more tricky. We can multiply those two together, but we have an x already in both of them, so we don't need to multiply them all together. We do need times 3 and 5 together to give 15. But if we have an x squared, that is fine. Don't need to go to x cubed. X can go to x squared, and x squared can go to x squared. So they can scale up okay. And 3 can go to 15, and 5 can go to 15. So our common denominator was almost multiplying them all together, but I spotted x was a common factor, so I didn't multiply by the x as well. So how do we get from 3x to 15x squared? You have to multiply by 5 and multiply by x. So we need to get the 8 and multiply it by 5x. On the second fraction, how do we get from 5x squared to 15x squared? We have to multiply it by 3. So we've got to multiply the numerator by 3. And if we simplify those numerators, we get 40x over 15x squared minus 6 over 15x squared. And now that our denominator is the same, we can add, or in this case subtract, the numerator and get 40x minus 6. And I would leave it like that. And finally, number 4. Here we've got a nice numerical denominator, and we can say that the common denominator would be 12. If the denominator is 12, that means we're multiplying the first fraction by 3. So we'd have 3 of the numerator. 3x plus 2's. And the second fraction, to get from 3 to 12, we times by 4. So we need to multiply the numerator by 4. Whatever we do to the numerator, we do the same to the denominator and vice versa. We can simplify those numerators. 9x plus 6 and 4x minus 4, just expanding those brackets. Once you've got your common denominator and it's been simplified, we can bring that together. The first fraction is 9x plus 6. You need to take a great amount of care when taking away fractions, though, so you need to slow down here. We're taking away all of this, so imagine in your head you're taking away the 4x and you're taking away the minus 4. If you take away 4x, you get, just take away 4x, but if you take away the minus 4, you're actually adding on 4. We can then simplify the numerator. 9x take away 4x is 5x, and 6 plus 4 is 10. So 5x plus 10, all divided by 12.